I have the blue 300 SD back up on the lift, and I'm getting ready to change those hood hinges. If you recall, the hood flew up while the previous owner was driving the car, and it really bent the hinges. It bent the corners of the hood, but it just destroyed these hinges. Now, if this ever happens to you, or if you get a car that's happened to, you're going to have to change the hinges. You know, some of you are going to say, oh, I can straighten them out. You just try it. You know, the geometry on these things, on the W123 and the W126 is so critical. Once these get tweaked, you're never going to get the hood to close properly. You know, they might work, but you're never going to get that smooth, you know, equal gap distance on the hood when you go to close it if these have ever been tweaked. Now on the W126, to change these is not too bad, but you've got to do it from underneath the fender. Notice here I pulled this plastic fender panel out, and there is a vacuum tank right back in here, but I can reach my hand up above. There's four nuts right here that hold this bracket to the inside of the fender panel. So once you pull those four nuts off, you can reach in there and pull this hinge assembly off. Now it's too dark up in there to get the camera, but I'm going to lower the car down here in a second, and I'm going to show you just how bad those hinges are. So I'll get both these hinges off, then I've got to decide whether it's going to be worth trying to get some matching blue paint to paint these hinges. I haven't really decided that yet. But take a look here. Look at this car. I've just buffed it out. I'm going to show you a before picture here right now. And we spent the past weekend buffing this entire car out. I'm going to bring the camera in here and show you down the side. This is absolutely amazing. We're talking about paint here that has very few scratches in it. I only had to use a mid-grade buffing compound to do this, and just look at the shine that's come back to this really cool looking blue color. Most of you know, if you've been around 300 SDs, this is a very rare color on these cars. So I'm really happy with how that came out. We're going to get the hood hinges on, and then in the next video I do on this hood repair, I'll show you how we're going to refit the hood, and I'm going to try to fix those two corners that were tweaked when the hood flew open. You know, when you look at the hinge, it doesn't look that bad. You know, it opens and closes okay, comes up, moves properly. But let me tell you, there's been some tweaking right in here. There's been some bending there. There's a little bow right there. I'm going to let you see it from this angle and then compare it with the replacement, and you can really see the difference. From this angle, you can clearly see the extent of the damage. Look at how this one's twisted in and this one's twisted out. These should be on a parallel plane with each other. Let me show you what this one looks like. You can see how those arms are supposed to be parallel to each other and parallel to the bracket. So trying to fix this, trying to straighten out, you know, I'm sure anything can be fixed, but it's just not worth it. If this ever happens to you, just get some good used replacement hood hinges. So in parting, I've got to show you one more thing. I'm going to bring the camera in here and show you what this underbody panel looks like into here. This has got to be one of the cleanest 300 SDs I've ever seen. Just look at how clean this is. This is all factory original paint here. Look at that. Usually on these cars you see a little bit of rust in certain spots, particularly where holes are drilled. But just look all through here. All this factory undercoating is coated with the original factory color. And look at how clean everything is. This is an amazing W126.